What's up, everybody? Team Rhino. My name is Grzybowski. I know a lot of us have not met each other. It's my job to come up here, and I'm going to give you my 4 keys to success. And the number one thing, we've traveled all around the world. We've done this presentation on 3 different continents, done some training, and this has been an incredible day with all these people coming up here, but you can basically break it down to 4 key things. The number one thing I figured out is you got to know why you're doing this. That is the number one key. See, this business is simple. It is not easy, but is the simplest thing I have ever seen, the simplest business to create huge income, but it's like running a marathon. Anybody in this room ever ran a marathon? A few of you guys, okay, I've done one, first and last, but running a marathon is real simple. Everybody agrees with that. It's one foot in front of the other. How many of you guys agree that's really simple? It's simple. But how many of you guys realize it's not easy? That's this business in a nutshell. See, but here's what happens in your real marathon. Some of your friends, some of your family, when I ran that marathon, you know what they did? They came up and lined up on the sidelines as I was running it. And as I was going by in that real marathon, they were cheering for me. They were, yay! Go get them, Eric. That's what happens in your real marathon. Well, this is a marathon too, and you know what? Some of your friends and some of your family in this one, they're going to line up on the sidelines again. Isn't that interesting? See, there's only 2 types of people. There's the ones in the game. That's you. You're here. You're spending money to get better. You're trying to create a new stream of income. You're trying to change the future of your children's children's children. You're doing something. You're in the game. But then there's other people that are always on the sidelines. See, and in this one, they're living their lives on the sidelines, but as you're going by and you're trying to do this thing, some of your friends and some of your family, you know what they're going to do? They're going to sit on the sidelines and they're going to throw sticks at your feet. And they're going to trip you. And the only reason you fail here, if you fail, is you will get tripped too many times. You will not know why you're doing it. You forget to get back up and you quit. See, 5 weeks before I saw this, I had an uncle named Dave, and he was like a second dad for me. I lived with him with 3 months out of the year. He died 5 weeks before I saw this. And I had a real strong why the day that happened, because what my uncle did is he worked his whole life away. See, he built the second largest mining parts company in the world called Domex Incorporated, and he called me up on his 50th birthday, and he said, Eric, it's time to start living my life. He sold it that day for $48 million. You know the one thing I remember about living with my uncle? I'd be there 3 months, he'd be home 3 weeks. He was working his entire life away, and he turns 50, and he says, it's time to start living my life, and sells his company for $48 million. 4 weeks later, he was out in the woods, and he had a massive heart attack, and he died. Now, that was 5 weeks before I saw World Ventures, and I looked at my life, and I said, what the heck are we doing here? Because I owned a real estate company, but not really. I owned a job. And every day I looked at my life, I was exchanging another day of my life for money, another day of my life for money, another day of my life for money. You know, I went 60 for 60. I had a strong why. See, I didn't have the vehicle yet, but I knew the day my uncle died, 5 weeks before I saw this, I knew I was not going to make choices in my life anymore based off of time or money. And I'm not going to start living at 50 or 60 or 70. I needed to make a change to live the life I wanted right now. I didn't know World Ventures existed, but I knew I wanted this life. 5 weeks later, it came to me. See, I don't know why you're doing this. I got ladies on my team. I know there's ladies in this room that Monday morning, you know what they're going to do? They're going to go home and they're going to take their babies to daycare. They got to get up early. They take their babies to daycare, and then they go to work. And every Friday, you know what they do? They take about 3/4 of their salary, and they pay it right back to daycare. And they're doing World Ventures to make an extra $1,500 a month to stay home and raise their own kids. That's a good reason to do World Ventures. There's a lot of guys that I've talked to this weekend that want to retire their wives. That's a good reason to do World Ventures. There's other people I talk to that want to put a kid through college. There's other people that want to get filthy, stinking rich. I don't know why you're doing it, but that's a good reason to do World Ventures, but I know why I'm doing it. See, I just want to live full time. I heard Byron Schrog say that. I said, that's what I want. And you could all get up right now and say, Eric Grzybowski's a moron. I quit. And I'm going to write bad stuff about him on the internet, and I'm going to put 100,000 people in this company because I've made a decision. I am going to live full time. That's the second piece. You got to make a decision. See, figure out what you want, figure out your why, then make a decision. You're going to get it. Decision is my favorite word in the English dictionary. We talk about it all the time. The Latin root of decision means to cut off from. See, once you made a decision in your life, you know what you did in reality? You just cut off from every other option. The day my uncle died, I decided things were going to change. I remember I came to my first national convention. We weren't international yet. I was standing in the back of the room, and I made my decision. I saw all these people come up here. I'd never been to an event. I saw all these people come up there, and they said, I made $10,000 last month. I made $15,000 last month. I made $20,000 last month. And you know what I thought? If they can do it, I can do it. Tony Robbins says in your moments of decision is where your destiny is shaped. That was a moment. Maybe you can have your moment. But you got to let it happen. Figure out what you want. Make a decision, you're going to get it. Here's what decision means to me. Do it anyway. See, once the decision's been made, when you drive 3 hours for a travel party and nobody shows up, so what? Do it anyway. When your brother-in-law tells you you're an idiot and you're going to jail, so what? Do it anyway. Do it. That happened to me, just so everybody knows. Do it anyway. Right? When you get home and your spouse says, how much money did you make? And you didn't make any, so what? Do it anyway. Figure out what you want, make a decision, you're going to get it, cut off from every other option. The third piece of the puzzle is take massive and immediate action. If we sit here all week and we have a great time, this is the locker room, it's easy in here. See, everybody's your friend, right? Everybody's on the same mindset. This is the locker room. But if you don't go out into the real world and pick up the phone and call somebody and get home and do a 2-on-1 and get home and plan a travel party, we are wasting our breath. Marx says knowledge is not power. The application of knowledge is what is power. He says if knowledge was power, all the librarians in the world would be millionaires. You have to apply what you learn here. Figure out what you want. Make a decision. Take massive and immediate action. Are you doing enough to win? I remember that same seminar I came to, Mark Cassetta said, go show 3 a day and you can't lose. And in the back I'm thinking, I know none of these other people are going to go show 3 a day. I'm going to show 3 a day. For 3 years, I've focused on showing 3 a day. And you know what I'm proud of? I would take a bet against anybody in this room. In the last 3 years since I heard Mark Cassetta say that, I have presented World Ventures more than anybody in this room. And you know what that means? I've gotten told no more than anybody in this room. And I'm most proud of that. Because what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? I'd go get told no from everybody. Do enough to win. Figure out what you want, make a decision, you're going to get it, take massive and immediate action. And the fourth piece of the puzzle is the most important. Never quit. See, and the reason we have to talk about quitting is because those dream stealers, those people throwing the sticks at you, they're coming. And if you're going to accomplish anything worth accomplishing, the dream stealers are coming. But here's what happens in World Ventures. They come disguised as your best friend. They come disguised as your spouse or your significant other or your mom or your dad. For me, it came disguised as my brother, my big brother. I'm going to finish this and I'm going to tell you guys a story real quick. I told you I had a real estate company. When I was 19 years old, my brother Brian and I started a real estate company. It's called Prodigy Real Estate. Anybody in this room ever had a big brother or big sister that you just kind of followed what they did? That was me. My brother's 3.5 years older than me. My brother played football, so I played football. My brother played hockey, so I played hockey. My brother went to college, so I went to college. I would just do whatever my big brother Brian said to do. I did it. When I was 19, we started a real estate company. We were doing that for about 5.5 years by the time I saw World Ventures. I get into World Ventures. He's my first sign-up. It just wasn't his deal. He didn't build it. So what? Sometimes you're going to sign up your best friend and they're going to quit. So what? Do it anyway. So 5 months in, I came to that event. I called my brother when I got home. I said, Brian, up until today, World Ventures has been my side business, and I have been in real estate. After I came to that event, it switched. This is where I'll build my fortune. Prodigy Real Estate will just pay the bills, and you need to know this is my focus. So it started working because I made that decision. Well, 5-6 months in, I get a call from my brother on a Tuesday. He says, Eric, you got to come to the office. We got to talk. I said, cool. I come in the office. We got this room in our office called the War Room. I come inside, and everybody in the office was acting weird that day. And I walk inside, and it wasn't just my brother there. It was my brother, our other kind of silent business partner, and then our money guy. And he didn't tell me that, and I didn't like that. I showed up. There was a couch in that room. I sat on that couch. And a lot of you that know me won't believe this, but I promise you this is true. I sat on that couch for 3 hours and I didn't say a word. And my brother went ahead and presented PowerPoints, flip charts, graphs, everything you can think of. And here's the entire point of the presentation was to get me to quit World Ventures. And he had a logical point. See, his point was, if you'd have taken the time you put in World Ventures in the last 5 months, in your first 5 months, if you had taken that time and you just kept doing what you were doing in real estate, here's how much more money you made. And you know what really pissed me off? Can I say that? Probably not. My brother had gone into my back office and printed off my check register without telling me. And I was just so mad. But it was logical, because you know what? You have to build this before the money comes. See, and that day I had a decision. That was another moment. See, I just made my decision when I was here, but then I got back into the real world, and I had to see if I was going to stick by it or not. And that might happen to you. And that's why I tell this story, because if you're going to do this thing for real, you're going to have a moment. I had two options. Go with my big brother. And that's what made it so hard, is because that was my big brother. And I could have kept doing what I was doing, kept getting what I was getting with him, and it wasn't that bad. It was comfortable. But the other option was World Ventures. And you know the decision I made that day? I said, I don't want to be a real estate broker. I want to be a world changer. See, maybe you're a nurse, maybe you're a bus driver, maybe you're a sheriff, and someday somebody's going to come to you and they're say, why are you doing that? And you're going to have a choice. Are you going to be a bus driver, or are you going to be a world changer? See, maybe I can't change the whole world here, but I know if I go hard at this, for certain people, I can change their whole world. And it's happening. And when you come to that point, you need to know what I know, because this is the deal. Life has a rhythm. Business has a rhythm. And we are trained as we grow up to go to school, get good grades, and go get a good job. And then it's the 40-40 plan, right? 40 hours a week, 40 years of your life, then retire off 40% of the pay you couldn't live on in the first place. That's the plan. And it looks like this. You work for 2 weeks, and then you get paid. You work for 2 weeks, and then you get paid. It goes like this. Work, work, get paid. 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 Wayne calls them sheeple. See, somebody tells you when you got to be there, you got to go sit in traffic. Somebody tells you when you get to go potty, and somebody tells you when you get to go on vacation. And we just exist. We don't even live, but we go work, work, get paid, because that's what they told us to do. Work, work, get paid. Work, work, get paid. Work, work, get paid. Work, work, get paid. Then World Ventures comes into your life. And it's a different deal, because it's not a job. You got to build it. Let me tell you what this looked like in the beginning for most people. It looks like this. Work, 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 get paid. Then you start going work, 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 spend my own money, fly to Vegas, and get trained. Get paid, get paid. And then you start going work, 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 get paid, get paid, get paid. And then you start going, bring 3 people with me to the regional, pay my way. 2 of them didn't show up, so I got to pay for them. Work, 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 get paid, get paid, get paid. Then you start going, work, 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 get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. Some of you already quit. Some of you already quit because you had to work too hard. See, some of you can't see the vision. Without vision, the people will perish. You need to see what it looks like at the end. See, when my brother-in-law told me I was an idiot and I was going to jail, I knew something. I knew if I was going to buy his opinion, I had to buy his lifestyle. I didn't want his lifestyle. I wanted Jeff Boff's lifestyle. I wanted Dave Watson's lifestyle. I wanted Troy Brown's lifestyle. You have a choice. It didn't matter how much work it took. Because I knew there was people that had that lifestyle. And if I work, eventually it started going, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. And let me tell you what my brother didn't get. Eventually it flips. And all of a sudden you start going, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. And eventually, if you stick with it long enough and you don't listen to the stupid dream stealers, eventually you start going, work, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. Wait. Then you just go play on your farm with your new bulldozer. Then eventually, if you keep going at it, you go, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. You go write your best-selling book. And if you keep going, you go, work, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. Go to Europe for a month and a half, and the checks just get bigger. Amen. Work. Dream trip. Magazine photo shoot. Get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. Stand up. If you're not standing on your chairs, stand on your chairs. Because if you got the vehicle, who's got the deal? Who's got the deal? Working 9 to 5 for 35 grand a year ain't the deal. We got the deal. And if you figure out why you're doing this, you make a decision, whatever you want, you're going to get. You leave here this weekend and you take massive and immediate action. Eventually, it just starts going. Get paid, 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 get paid.